The Protégé is a new action movie starring Michael Keaton, Maggie Q, Samuel L. Jackson, and it's from director Martin Campbell, who's brought us such films as GoldenEye, The Mask of Zorro, Casino Royale, and some other movie whose name escapes me. Oh yeah. So Maggie Q is the protege to Samuel L. Jackson's hitman character, who adopted her from Vietnam and raised her to be a super badass assassin who can find anybody and kill anybody. Some things happen. Maggie Q has to uncover a mystery, get revenge. She comes into the way of Michael Keaton, who's like her rival or antagonist, but also possible romantic interest, which, gross. That's one of the biggest problems of the movie because the Maggie Q-Michael Keaton relationship is so central to the plot. You can tell they're going for that Mr. and Mrs. Smith sexy, cool vibe where they want to fight, but they also want to do adult things. Setting aside the 30-year age difference between the two of them, they don't have any real chemistry, and the movie tries to hide that with quick-witted and intellectual and sexy dialogue. Maggie Q is fine in the role. She handles the action very well, of course, but also the dramatic scenes. She elevates what could be a stock female badass role that we've seen a bunch of times. Michael Keaton, however, is so miscast, which hurts to say because he's one of my favorite actors, but the role really needed somebody younger and that had better chemistry with Maggie Q. I will admit, though, it was very fun to see Michael Keaton in action scenes and beating up nameless henchmen because we don't get to see that very often from him. And it was actually him in some parts. It looked like it wasn't just his stunt doubles. If there's one thing the movie did for me, it's made me believe that Michael Keaton could be a badass Batman in his 70s, so I'm looking forward to The Flash now. The plot is needlessly twisty. It feels like there's a twist every 20 minutes, and I was actually kind of invested when it was a basic revenge plot. But it goes in different directions, trying to keep the audience on its toes, and because of that, the main character's agency gets lost. The third act especially feels like they just gave up and just started writing to get the movie over with finally. For example, they have this party in the third act where they have every security measure imaginable, except the Cerberus from Harry Potter, and Maggie Q was able to get into the party with ease with no setup scenes or anything. Can you just put in a little effort, people? Don't set up all this stuff just for Maggie Q to walk in with no trouble. It's a very dull movie. Even the admittedly awesome and brutal fight scenes aren't enough for me to give this a passing grade. The characters are written very poorly, the dialogue is very awkward, the tone wavers between lighthearted sexy thriller and a depressing mess. The themes are muddled and all over the place. The action scenes are good, but hampered by bad CGI blood. The plot is needlessly complicated, and the ending feels so abrupt that it feels like the production was shut down because of COVID before they shot a real ending. It's not worth your time. There's much better movies out there of this type, like Atomic Blonde. I think that was pretty good. Comment your thoughts on The Protégé if you're looking forward to Michael Keaton's return as Batman. If you're tired of me making Green Lantern jokes because it's been 10 years and I should really be over it by now, like and subscribe or don't. Bye.